Sometimes there are situations when we have a lot of ideas that we would like to work on, but something can stop us. For example, we think we don't have enough time, or maybe we don't have enough experience or knowledge about something, or sometimes we're thinking that other people will judge us for who we are, for what we would like to do. So in today's video, I would like to share my ideas and insights from the book that I recently completed reading, which is called Own Your Weird. And I'm very excited to discuss this book with you, and it's actually one of my favorite topics on this channel. I tell this about all the topics of my channel. Well, anyways, if you would like to see more videos like that, please subscribe to this channel and let's get into it. I think that the most important idea of the book is that there is no perfect recipe for happy, successful, fulfilling life, because this is different for everyone. And I'm a huge fan of tailoring, because only by learning about yourself, learning about your values and what makes you happy, you can create your own life. And the idea here is that we have to work on it. And the journey starts and continues with the questions that we ask ourselves. What do we like to do in our lives? What makes us happy? What makes me smile? What makes me feel successful? What makes me feel fulfilled? And replying to those questions will make us think a lot about our lives, about what makes us happy, what makes us unique and us different, because the combination of what are our values and what do we want to do is unique for everyone. We all have very different circumstances, and combination of all of those make big impact on our lives and what do we want out of it. What I think will help a lot is to work through those questions, maybe several times or maybe on a regular basis. And the best way I feel doing this for me would be to add them to my journaling sessions. I do notice that when I put my thoughts, ideas and feelings on the paper in writing, I see that they are like shining in a different way. So when I read them back to myself, I notice different things, different emotions, and I see it from the perspective, so I discover even more about myself. And that's very important, because owning your weird is all about discovering who you are truly. Who you truly are. The next idea that resonates with me a lot, and it was a very good reminder, is that we didn't get in our circumstances overnight. So in order to get into other circumstances, we have to work for some time, and it will be a journey. And that journey can be anything but boring, because when you go towards something that you truly want or truly want to experiment with, it means that you will reach a lot of rejection. And here it's important to understand that rejection is not something personal to you, it's just the circumstances. For example, sometimes when someone proposes me to go and have a coffee or drink or something, it's not about them when I reject it, because sometimes I have my own things I need to do, or maybe I don't feel very well. So rejection is a normal part of our lives, and when we face it, it doesn't mean that we have to stop it. It means that we have to continue going and continue trying to find another ways to reach what we would like to be. And of course, when we put all of our expectations and hopes into one stepping stone to our goal and we face a rejection, it can be disappointing and it can be frustrating. That's the time when we can actually step back, feel all this frustration and emotions, and remind ourselves that, okay, that's what happened, what can I do next? What's my next step? And on that journey to our new circumstances, there will be time when we will have to step out of our comfort zone and experience this temporary discomfort and be intentional with our courage, because this is how we are stepping into unknown. When we are experiencing this, it's very helpful to remember that we would like to succeed and be happy more than we are afraid to fail. So failure is just a thing that we have to do in order to get to where we want to go. Another thought and idea to try is to focus on enough rather than more. We usually strive for getting better, getting more money, to work more hours, to exercise more, and so on. And how much more do we actually need to feel that we are happy and successful? The next idea is very actionable, and I have recently tried it myself, is to have low and high goals. When you are setting your goals, you are setting a minimal possible outcome that will make you feel that you reached that goal, and this is the low part. And you also have a stretch goal, which is a high goal. I'll give you my example, what I tried to do. So previously I was setting that I would like to release 4 short videos on YouTube channel in a month. So it actually never happened. So I decided to set that I am releasing at least one short video on this channel per month, and if I do more, that's good. If I do 4, this is my high goal. So last month I actually managed to do 2, so I didn't overcome my stretch goal, but I actually reached my low goal, which makes me feel so good. So I actually achieved my goal. And what Jason Zook says in his book is that actually he reaches his high goals quite often as well, because when you're reaching your low goal, it makes you feel relaxed and your brain can still search for some ideas on how to reach your high goals. So he gives quite a few examples in the book about what he did and how did it work for him. If you find this video interesting or useful, please support it with a like. This is how this video will be shown to more people. There are 2 things that I enjoyed about this book while reading it. First of all, it's very comforting and inspiring that the person shares his journey, his thought process, his mindset, and it's very inspirational because you know that he is the person and you are the person and you can do similar things in your own context, of course. And the second thing is my personal favorite, which relates to the idea that ideas are nothing without execution. So what the author proposes in his book is, in the end of every chapter, he proposes some actionable plan, so some exercise to do to go forwards to what you want to do in your life. I also discussed this in the video about how I read books and how I make notes in Notion, so I will link this video in the very end. Please go check it out as well. In this book, author shares his own experience, and it's actually very funny and interesting, and he covers quite a lot of topics like minimalism, adventure, food and travel, and so on. And I think that those parts of the book are more for inspiration and ideas to pick up and to look into them further, because they are more of subjective vision and maybe not so applicable to me, for example, when I was reading them, and I know that they're not very in-depth discussed, so this is something. And of course, as the book is actually a discussion between author and reader, I as a reader found some ideas that either didn't resonate with me or I didn't really agree. So, for example, I felt that the author is trying too much to be weird. The idea that I could feel through the whole book was that, oh, no one has done it before and I'm doing it, or no one is doing that and I'm doing it, or no one has thought about it and I'm thinking I'm doing this. And I don't feel that being weird is about, and it has a bit of a feeling that I'm looking at others and doing the opposite of what others are doing. So, and I don't think that's the way I would like to approach finding my own weird. And I don't know, maybe it's just I felt like this while reading the book. If you have read it, let me know if you had this feeling or maybe I read it wrong. And another thought that I found that I would like to complete with the second part of the sentence is, so the thought is, embracing your weird is about trusting your strength. And I would like to complete it with the second part of the sentence that, and it's also about supporting your weaknesses. I usually notice that there are areas in my life that I feel confident and competent and comfortable about those areas in my life, and I'm happy and feel fulfilled. But there are also some areas, maybe even not as huge as those ones, the good ones, but there are areas that I don't feel secure about them. I feel that I don't know something, or I can't do something, or maybe something is off about some other area in my life, and this something small can actually grow and affect all my mood and my thoughts about myself just because I don't feel comfortable about it. And the idea here is that, of course, I would like to trust my strength, I would like to trust my weirdness, and also I need to support myself in the areas that I don't feel confident, that I don't know what to do. So maybe not put them up there to feel 100% on all the aspects of my life, but actually to cover and make enough to cover those areas that I just don't feel enough. So what's next? I think it's very important to have a big goal and big vision and the circumstances you want to be in. And it's also important to know your next step towards those circumstances. And I'm sure that the best thing to do is to create your next step and just do the next step. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to know how I read books and make notes and notions, please check the next video here. Bye bye!